I have the fortune to be able to share stories about the people that Imagine serves, share their success stories, let the world and our community know about the contributions that they are bringing to their communities every single day. And this is not just a privilege, but it's an honor, and it's part of something bigger and something very important. And in order to explain that, I need to go back in time a little bit and give a brief history lesson. Imagine was formed back in 1963 by a group of parents who wanted their kids who happen to have developmental disabilities to have the same opportunity as everybody else. They wanted them to go to the local schools. They wanted them to be able to play on the little league teams. And that seems pretty normal to us now. But back in 1963, that was a radical idea, because the truth is, back in those days, most people with developmental disabilities were literally locked away from their communities, put into institutions, separated completely from the outside world. This isn't because they were criminals. This isn't because they were a danger to themselves or others. It's just because society didn't see the value in having people with intellectual and developmental disabilities be fully integrated into the community. And these parents back in 1963 said, no, that's wrong. Our kids deserve to have the rights and opportunities as everybody else in our community. And that continues to be the foundation of everything that Imagine does these 60 years later. And we've come a long way. We generally don't put people into institutions anymore, but there's still a misunderstanding about people with intellectual and developmental disabilities and what they can bring to their community. I am very blessed to have this job. So by sharing stories, the success stories of the people we serve, I can help be part of this continuing history of demonstrating that people with intellectual and developmental disabilities can and do contribute to their communities every single day in ways large and small. So I've been at Imagine for almost 18 years now, and I've had a lot of really amazing experiences, but the story I'm going to share is actually relatively recent. There is a music studio that's really just a few hundred yards from Imagine's main headquarters in Lafayette, Colorado. And for the past several years, this music studio has hosted classes for clients to play musical instruments and to perform their favorite songs. And this studio sometimes will record those songs, and we've been able to put them out to the community to show the community what great talented musicians we have at Imagine. And because this studio is only a few yards away from Imagine, and because I am a musician as well, I play the drums, there are days where sometimes I'll sneak out of the office and go and play music with these Imagine clients for an hour or two. And as any musician can tell you, when you play music with other musicians, there is a bonding thing that happens. It just happens. It's sort of a mystical thing, but it's amazing. So when I get to play music with some of my good friends, Randy or Gerald or Donna, it's a really powerful moment, because it's no longer this thing that I work for this organization that serves people with disability. I'm hanging out with my fellow musicians and we're creating music together. And that's a really powerful thing. And that's what Imagine strives for every single day. I'm going to answer this question a little differently, probably, than most people have in this video series. I hope in the next 60 years, Imagine doesn't need to exist. Not because it's not an incredible organization that provides so much value to the community and offers amazing opportunities for the people we serve to be part of their community. But because our role is to create this world of opportunity for all abilities, and if we succeed, an organization like Imagine doesn't need to exist. Because you see, we're really just facilitators. We work with community partners to try to create those opportunities for the people we serve. If we get to the point where the community partners we work with already recognize the value of the people we serve and the value of providing opportunities for them, then Imagine as the facilitator no longer needs to exist. So I don't want Imagine to exist because I think that will mean we have actually met and achieved our mission. I know that's kind of an ambitious goal, but when I look back at the last 60 years and see how far we've come, there's no reason in my mind to think that we can't do that in another 60 years, get to the point where we do not need to exist anymore.